What's up? It's your boy, amateur pro home chef Nathanael Levinson. Today, and not for the first time, and not for the last time, we're gonna be talking about our friend, the humble chicken egg. The chicken egg is just a marvelous feat of biological engineering. So let's crack one open and take a look. Always crack your eggs on a flat surface. If you look at the egg, you can see it's comprised of two components, right? You have the yolk, which is yellow, and the white, which is this gooey, goopy thing on the outside. Now, both of these serve a very important function. The white is comprised almost exclusively of protein, and the yolk has fats and vitamins and all the other things that the embryo would need to, survive. These are unfertilized eggs, so they would never turn into chicken, so don't worry about that. What's great about an egg is it's super high in protein. It's got a little bit of fat. This is a great thing to have in your diet. Now, I will say, I do need to warn you, one of the proteins in the egg white is a thing called avidin. And avidin binds very strongly to one of the B vitamins, biotin, it's B7 or B8, depending on where you live. And if you eat too many eggs, it'll literally pull all the vitamin B7 or B8 out of your system and you'll die. Well, you'll get sick. That's called avidin poisoning. But that's only with raw eggs, because once you cook the white, it's not a problem. So just don't be Gaston and eat 5 dozen raw eggs for breakfast and you should be fine. One of the beautiful things about the egg yolk is it has a protein called lecithin, which is an emulsifier. That's super useful in making stuff like mayonnaise and salad dressings, where it's got one part of the molecule loves water and one part of the molecule loves fat. So it kind of links them together. So you can make, instead of like a vinaigrette where it separates out over time, you can actually have a stable emulsion where it stays together like mayonnaise. There are a lot of ways to cook eggs. We're not going over all of them. So we're just gonna go over a few of the basic ways to cook eggs, and then we're gonna look at one of the easiest egg dishes you can make, super versatile, super trivially easy, and you're gonna love it. So I'm using a griddle, you can use a pan, non-stick is best. Just gonna layer some butter down. I'm just gonna crack my egg right on top. I'm gonna do 2 real quick and dirty ones. First one we're gonna do is over easy. The next one we're gonna do is sunny side up. The main difference is with over easy, you flip the egg. With sunny side up, you do not. So for over easy, over medium, over hard, they're all the same technique. It's how long you cook them, because it's how do you want the yolk to be. Over easy, runny yolk. Over medium, yolk's mostly cooked through. Over hard, basically a hard-boiled egg that you fried on a flat top. Let's go ahead and flip our egg. Just want to kind of roll it over. We're gonna let that cook for a minute. For the sunny side up egg, we're going to add a little bit of water to make some steam, and then we're going to cover it. So just gonna let that cook for about 1 minute for over easy, longer if you want over medium or over hard. Over easy is just long enough for the white to cook through. And for the sunny side up, same amount of time, steam is going to cook the top of the white. So we're gonna pull off our over easy egg. And let's check on our sunny side up egg. Be careful with this because it's a metal pan. It's gonna get hot. As you can see, the white on the top has set up, but it's still a little cloudy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this. You can cook it longer if you want to. I like my yolks running, so I'm gonna pull this now. Now we're gonna do scrambled eggs 2 different ways. The first way is hot and fast. The second way is low and slow. So for hot and fast, I'm just gonna crack 2 eggs, and we're just gonna beat those with a fork. At this point, you can add a little bit of salt. Now what salt will do is it will denature the proteins in your eggs, and they'll get fluffy. If you let these sit for about 10 minutes after salting them, you'll notice the color will kind of pale, and when you make them, they're going to be fluffier because the egg proteins are gonna kind of relax. So bleed in a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh ground nutmeg. This is a nutmeg. You usually find this ground, but it's really easy to find fresh, and it keeps for quite a while. It's very strong flavor, but eggs and nutmeg go really well together. So this is gonna sound crazy, but like a little bit of nutmeg, just gonna grate just a little bit of fresh nutmeg in there. Back on your hot buttered skillet, and I would recommend using a spatula for scrambled eggs because it makes things a lot easier. A silicone spatula, not a metal fish slice spatula. We're just going to pour our eggs onto our hot griddle/pan, and immediately we're gonna start moving them around. Now, the key with cooking eggs to the right temperature is before you think they're done, pull them because they're gonna keep cooking. So these are still a little bit runny, so we're gonna pull these now. Now we're gonna do slow cooked scrambled eggs. So just like before, we're gonna start with 2 eggs, but this time what we're gonna do is we're going to, into our egg mixture, cube up about 2 tablespoons of cold butter. So we're going to pour that into a cold saucepan. We're then going to put over low heat and stir constantly. So at the end of the day, this is going to be a rich, almost custard-like scrambled egg. You can see we're starting to form little bits of curd in the bottom. Now when we're getting close, remember, you want to turn the heat off a little before you think the eggs are done. So I'm going to kill the heat and continue to stir. Now we have these rich, almost custard-like eggs. So the last thing we're gonna do is make a quiche. A quiche is a very simple mixture. 4 eggs, half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and half a cup of whole milk. And then you're gonna wanna whisk that together. Now this is your quiche base. This is your blank canvas. You're gonna need a pie crust. Now I'm not making my own pie crust today. That's another episode. Here's my shamelessly store-bought pie crust. You can add anything you want to this, but you do want to season this before it goes into your pie crust. So let's hit that with some salt and pepper. I am going to add some bacon. I'm going to add in some mushrooms and spinach that I sauteed. I'm gonna grate in this lovely, hard, nutty cheese that I got from Trader Joe's. It's a creamy Toscano cheese soaked in Syrah, if you must know. But any hard or good melting cheese will do fine. I like this one a lot. So just mix that up. And once your egg mixture is all together, we are ready to pour it into our pre-baked pie crust. So you're gonna pop this into a 425-degree oven until the egg sets, which should be about 20 minutes. This one you can see is still a little jiggly in the middle, not done. This one has puffed up nicely and is not moving. That one's done. So we're gonna pull this one out, and that other one's probably gonna take another 5-10 minutes. You wanna let your quiche cool before you slice it. Obviously, you always wanna salt your eggs, so we're gonna try them. So first off, over easy, we're gonna cut into that, and you're gonna see yolk is runny and syrupy. That's what you want. It's an egg. That's really good. Put that on top of some toast or some bread or something, and that, or on a burger, and that over easy egg, that yolk becomes a sauce. It's fantastic. Sunny side up, you'll notice very similar, a little more jiggly on top, very similar, right? So you just cut into that. Again, yolk is perfect, not runny at all. Now, the scrambled eggs, the hot and fluffy scrambled eggs we did, larger curd, so you bite into it. They're actually really good. The curd one, however, if you look, it's almost like pudding, like egg pudding. Ooh, this is kind of light and fluffy. These are smooth and creamy. You could spread that on toast. Next up, we have the quiche. We have a beautiful, crispy, crackly crust. So I'm just gonna take a bite out of that corner there. It's just nice. It's nice, it's easy. And you can put anything in here that you want. It's good cold, it's good warm. This has been amateur pro home chef Nathanael Levinson's excellent adventure. Till next time, keep cooking.